You know, watching this way back when, I just thought Joshua was real extra and had really unhealthy attachment issues to his older brother. But now, after viewing it recently, I think it may have been a little bit more than that. Poor Josh. You will know, you will, hey. Y'all remember when like R&B singers used to hit one of those in the neck area? Hey, your dreams, your dreams. Oh, very passionate song. Since this left, ain't been the same since. Ain't hit since. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss Jason's Lyric from 1994. Now this movie stars Jada Pinkett, before she put the Smith on there, Allen Payne, Suzanne Douglas, Bokeem Woodbine, Forest Whitaker, all of them, all the black people here. Now before we get into this being an understated romantic film, there is so much nuance here. This is a special movie that I didn't see till now, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. Before we jump into all things Jason's Lyric, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that, and then we're going to come back and discuss all things. I got some flowers. I got flowers. Subscribe to see more of me. Let's get into this movie. As soon as we touch down on the movie, we ain't even press play good enough, and we jump right into love and happiness. Al will set a damn mood for a movie. Something that'll make love. Then you get like some thick ass church shoe. Slap, 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 slap. Boom, boom, hey, boom. Oh, it's something 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, yeah. Talking about, all right, how she can make it right. All right, you know, I'm just saying. But we immediately jump into a young Jason and a young Josh in the mid-70s. And a fed-up ass Suzanne Douglas, courtesy of Forest Whitaker, doing a bum-ass job as Mad Dog, was once, you know, a really good dad, a really great husband, but once he came home from the war, he was changed forever. Not only do we seem to be dealing with, you know, some PTSD, but there seems to be an underlining of mental illness here that is just not discussed at all, and we're gonna get into that. But, you know, he's different. Not only that, not only is he not, you know, much of a dad to his kids, he's very aggressive now. He was, you know, seemingly got really abusive towards Gloria once he came back. And he's changed all the way to the point that she won't even let him in the house, even if he comes to visit the kids or asks Gloria to marry him. Gloria. I swear, Forest Whitaker is on screen for like 2 seconds, but he sells that shit. That's why he'd go. Forest Whitaker, I'm sorry. But we even get, you know, kind of a Boys in the Hood-esque type of scenario with the mother and, you know, her 2 boys. Though I will get into her relationship with the 2 boys and what I liked about it versus kind of like the Boys in the Hood situation and how she was able to handle and maneuver her sons, even though they both were so different. But immediately, even at the young age, you see that Jason is helpful, caring, well-mannered, all types of admiration for Mad Dog, because he remembers the father that he once was. He still respects him, still loves him, and you see, you know, there's a kind of a gleam in his eyes that hopefully he'll get back to, you know, his former self. Where is Josh? I was like, damn, they ain't gonna get a baby no lines or nothing. He's just gonna look psychotic immediately. But yeah, the tone was set all the way till we get to an absolutely fed up Gloria, who we see, you know, from, you know, the perspective of the boy. She's already on edge and, you know, afraid of what he might do with the chain unlocked. We knew she was afraid. We're gonna get into these southern accents, because I myself, born and raised in Houston, Texas, and I just want to know, do we sound like that? I sound like that? We get into Mad Dog pretty much going ballistic because Gloria just hasn't married him yet, and he doesn't recognize, the problems within himself, and he solely thinks it's because it's my leg, say it, it's my leg. It ain't got nothing to do with your leg, it's my leg. Like, you just get, and he's only on screen for 5 minutes, but you kind of just see him descend into madness and see where he mentally is. And I personally just don't think that it was just solely PTSD in the war. I think that may have triggered something, but that doesn't, excuse Josh's behavior later on in the film. But we get some, beating on the door, and Gloria open. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna call the police. Like, Mad Dog is a whole problem. Then he, busts through the door. I got some flowers. I got flowers. Take the goddamn flowers. Damn, Forest. But you get into, the late, great Suzanne Douglas giving that great, I don't want nothing you got. I don't want nothing. You a liar. And you a cheat. And I don't want you. I don't want you no more. She was selling it. She was giving me Angela. But then, we have the boys run out, as they should, trying to protect their mom. And unlike, Jason, Josh doesn't have, fond memories of his dad. He doesn't remember that. He was too young. All he sees is this nuisance that's always constantly attacking the family and attacking his mom. We see someone go for a gun, a gunfire go off, and then we cut to present day and Jason waking up from his nightmare, and it's fine ass Allen Payne. Like, oh. Now, I remember prior to this and me, just being familiar with Allen Payne, this was something different from him. I only knew him, as Lance from The Cosby Show, and of course, G Money, bitch, putting on the phone, from New Jack City. This is one of his more understated, underrated performances as this film as a whole. We have so much to touch on, y'all. I was like, oh, this is deep. I never knew that. But we get into Jason going to pick up his younger brother Josh from jail for the 4th time. Like, damn, y'all wasn't that old. You know what kind of life you was leading. And then we get into Southern accents and all. Well, I see you ain't forget the why. Well, nigga, I done drove this route 4 times. Niggas in the war can't count. Like, that's how we sound. I'm just picking, though. Everybody, for the most part, did a decent job with their Southern slang accents. You know what I'm saying? Getting into Bokeem Woodbine, like, he never really popped off, and I never really understood why. Every role he gets, though some I guess you can consider it overacting, he always did a pretty good job to me, and he has aged very, very well. Very underrated dude. But at that point, we really get into, the background, the atmosphere, everything going on in Houston, that little Texas, little twang that's sprinkled on the movie always makes it special. You hear that 102 Jams, you hear the Mad Hatter in the background. I was like, damn, Mad Hatter old. But we instantly get into that separation still being there just as much as it was there when they were young boys. You see Josh, he's happy to be home. He's frolicking like another stint, another day, what's good, living his best life. And Jason is just looking like, what are you so happy to come home to? I can't wait to get out of here. And looks forward to the aspect of a new job. And you instantly see Josh is ending up, what you trying to do? What? He ain't going nowhere. This is home. But you don't really think too much of it at first. And we also have, an appearance from Eddie Griffin here, being Eddie Griffin, with a perm though. Don't touch my hair. All right, Eddie, providing that good comic relief. We jump right into setting the tone for the type of character that Josh is, with not only him just getting out of jail, but him showing up late and drunk to his very own coming home party thrown by his mom, who is clearly absolutely done. But she's trying her best to love her son and be optimistic. We also get a nice presence from Jason, taking on that fatherly role, really trying to be there and be supportive for his brother. But at that point, we don't really know why that feeling is so strong for him. Well, we're not supposed to know, but we all know who has shot who, you know what I'm saying? But more than anything, we instantly see Joshua display that same alcoholism that we seen from Mad Dog in the beginning of the movie. That was one. Now, after we get, an inkling into Joshua's family being very supportive of him despite everything that he's done in his life, they want him to be legit and just get a job. Just be normal. And we get into French's chicken. What y'all know about French's chicken? You know what I'm saying? But we get our first glimpse into the nuance and the more so poetic Shakespearean side of the film with our homeless poet coming in. They got shit in the water, shit that won't let you can't wipe it away. You know, we get some of that adds so much to the film, and we'll get into another character who adds more nuance on top of that. And just the movie as a whole, and why I see it as kind of, you know, ethereal. We get a little Romeo and Juliet-esque-ness, a little, you know, Othello-esque. It's all here. Just hold on. But, you know, after that, and we have, you know, Jason had the new aspect to have a job. He comes home with great news, and, you know, his mom is just distraught. And we found out that funky ass Josh stole $10 out of his mother's register that has never came up short in like 10 whole decade. Ain't missed a dollar. My child took my 7 years for $10. You know, like, nigga. Trash. But immediately we get why Jason is so hesitant to step away from his family and do his own thing and continue to sleep in that small ass twin bed. Like, damn, bro, I know your feet hanging off. But, you know, we get into that, and it's just like, damn, you know, if I'm not here to support my mom in times like this, to keep my brother on the right path, who's going to do it? Now, after we get into, you know, Elmo's TVs, I love that little scene. That little guy is on screen for 2 seconds, but you gonna pass up a salary job making $50K a year in Dallas. Every time your brother gets out, you start fucking up. He meant that, fucking up. But, you know, things are not looking well for Jason. You got, you know, we continue to have these nightmares. We feel, you know, obligated to be there for our mom, feeling guilty about the situation. And Joshua does his best to play up that guilt and play on Jason's emotions. Very sick person. Like, I ain't got no daddy. Like, Josh was an asshole. Things are looking bleak. But right after, you know, I ain't never flown in a plane before. I was like, oh, really? Sometimes you don't need a plane to fly. And we get into the cutest little Jada Pinkett showing up 5 foot with her curly black girl mullet, all cute with a little button jeans, she was so cute here, so beautiful. And Jason is immediately smitten. But Lyric is super uninterested, unbothered, plain hard to get. Like, this fine man just introduced himself, and all you had to say was, well, if it's meant to be, you'll find me. All right, fucking Riddler. But after we leave Josh getting back into his petty life of crime, because clearly that's all he knows, being his 4th time out of jail, trying to hide it from Jason and act like he's looking for a job. We also have an inkling. I can never remember his names. I think his name is Lahmard Tate. I don't know. AKA Lorenz Tate, older brother, you know, saying, you know, I got bigger and better things, you know, other than this petty drug life. Ugh. I love when Jason pops up and he's trying to be all, hey, man, pass me a 40. Like, oh, a 40? I love the whole just scenario of this film, of them not, you know, being, you know, undergrads in college, you know, all kinds of, you know, wealthy. These are regular, everyday people. Jason works a blue-collar job, and Lyric works at This Is It. We gonna get into that. This is it soul food, man. Oh, throwback. But we get into, you know, a little bit of Lyric's life, and also Treach, her ass of a brother. Like, Treach is really good at playing an asshole. I'm like, oh, he is just. Don't you just want to punch him in the face the whole movie? What's wrong? You mad? You mad? Get out of my face. You lucky you my brother. Like, he was. Oh, I just want to punch him. And then we get into Miss Lisa Nicole Carson popping up. What you want to go home for, Claude? And the movie, you know, gets real black from there. Not only do we have, you know, the Southern thing going on, we have a Lyric there with her S-curl mullet. Then we get into Lisa Nicole Carson popping up with her whole, like, let me get a cascade ball, right? Some spiral cords coming out the back, right? Some baby hair right here, right? And some beads. Very Babs. Absolutely love it. All her nails and everything. But her character also adds so much nuance and all this, you know, kind of poetic thing to the movie with her, you know, talking about her quotes and her reading and her don't knock my self-improvement, you know, until Jason walks in and we get, welcome to This Is It. Can I help you? Girl. At that point, you know, we have Lyric walking out and we get that first throw. I just love, you would swear if, you know, this wasn't a movie that they were actually together at some point because they just look so into each other. We get that nice gaze from Jason and Lyric rolling her eyes like, I ain't got time for that. So she give me love, 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 crazy love. Sing, Brian. She give me love, you know. The soundtrack was popping. The soundtrack is very H-Town. All the You Will Know the Whole R&B Man single, Brian McKnight, Mint Condition. Great soundtrack. But it's at this point that we probably get into my favorite part of the movie, which is the chase from Jason, which is very, very stalkerish. But it's just so accepting here. Not only does he, you know, grab some roses, he not even follows her, follows the Metro bus after she declines a ride. She is very standoffish, very like, get away from me, I'm not interested. He follows her all the way to her home, talking to her, trying to entice her, trying to get her interested. It's very stalker, but it's very acceptable here because you get the sense that he didn't really want anything from her. It was just something about her. It wasn't a sexual thing. It wasn't a conquer thing. I just want to be in your presence. Even if I gotta follow you in my little raggedy truck to If You Think You're Lonely Now. Casey and JoJo. What you better wait until tonight. I ain't finna get into, ooh yeah, okay, no. But once he gets out of the freaking car and tells her, you know, I ain't even gonna ask you on a date. I just want you to hook me up. Let me know where you're gonna be so I can be there too. Y'all, it was so beautiful. You know, after that whole wear down and Jason just feeling disappointment, like, damn, well, I guess, you know, I need to leave her alone now. And she says, you know, meet me at the bridge. Oh, then we get more into that ethereal, poetic, you know, when the sun next leaves footprints across the sky. Like, I never heard any of that before this film. Like, it's so much here. But they set up that date, even, you know, that symbolism of him getting that whole bouquet of roses and her walking up and only taking one. Like, you know, I don't need all of that from you. I don't need this whole bouquet. I didn't need 12. One is enough to put a smile on my face. Just makes you hot, don't it? Now, once we get on the date, we do realize that Lyric and Jason are both kindred spirits. Though they may be different, with Lyric being, you know, really reserved, really quiet, really guarded, but also, you know, a really soulful spirit. She seems kind of ethereal and all enchanted. And she's just as eager, you know, watching those buses go by, wondering where they're going. And Jason kind of makes a joke, you know, a joke of it. But it's like, no, he's just as eager to get out of those elements, you know, that hood element, that lifestyle, just as much as she is. But he can't quite admit that to himself yet because he's so attached to his family. And then we also get, you know, look at that. I ain't never really watched the sunset before. Oh yeah? Yeah. So after we have, you know, Jason try to set up a date to surprise this newfound love in his life, courtesy of his mom with this picnic, we have Joshua, you know, doing his thing, cooking in the kitchen, looking for that great admiration from his mom and his brother, feeling like, you know, I've done something right. But his mom throws it all out because it's drug money, drug money. If you ever bring it in my house again, the doors will be locked. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you, I don't want you. She was selling it. Yes, Suzanne. I love the way that Suzanne Douglas' character, Gloria, handled her two sons. Now, we are kind of in the same realm of the Boys in the Hood situation, but there isn't a lot of separation amongst the two. She did her best, despite her best efforts, you know, with Joshua, to love both of her sons equally. Now, even though, you know, clearly Jason was, you know, her guy, that's her baby, as you know, who wouldn't? Very, very nice guy. And we have, you know, Joshua, who's the complete opposite of that. But she never, disowned him or tried to, belittle him. She always wanted the best for him. And really, but still didn't coddle him, make excuses for him, or take any of his shit. She demanded, respect and had boundaries. I love to see that here. Like, then we have fucking Joshua escalate the whole situation. Say, I see how a man could beat you, and almost put his hands on his mother. Joshua here was such a temperamental character. I was like, I didn't remember him being this chaotic. He was like this every time I watched this. It was so much. He went, instantly from 0 to 10, trying to, display some type of dominance. He didn't feel like, he was alpha. Felt like, I'm coming second, to my brother, to everything in my life. I can't do nothing but, be on the streets, selling this. I can't hold down a job. I'm not like, he just was just so disgusted with himself because he didn't have any dominance, going to lash out, rob people, go to this damn chop shop, and at which we are made to allude to, we're on to bigger and better things. We'll let you know. We see Treach her ass in the back, petting his pet bull or some shit. I don't know. They was trying to make him look so hard in this movie. But it was just so, it was giving me, that it wasn't so much him as a man. Though it was that, there had to be something mentally going on with Joshua outside of the alcohol passed down from his dad, Mad Dog. You can't tell me that it wasn't. When you go back and watch and you see the way he reacts to things, you see his attachment issues to his brother, his knee-jerk reactions, his behavior, his temper, like that wasn't just temper. Something was wrong with that baby. Now it's at that point that we get into Jason and Lyric, and we get to the more, we get to the romance in the film, and, those really great loving aspects that we remember the film for. And we get, go on these really nice candlelit surprises. I ain't made for you to go steal no bus. We get those nice, candlelit dinners and the slow dancing, and you get to kind of see them fall in love and really just engulfing each other. All the way till we get to the bayou, which is another one of my favorite parts. Just because that's the first time you really get into, Lyric more so as a person. And you see that, she's a fantasizer, like she's a dreamer. She's able to, role play and pretend that she's different people. And it's great to see that though Jason, may not be this person, he's able to come outside of himself for a Lyric and, role play with her. Fuck it. I'm Prince Charming. Like, it's so beautiful. We get, the long walks, the strolls, the nature, the moss. They're in the bayou. We went to the bayou. They're all at the bayou, washing feet. And then we get to the love scene. And it's one of the more, beautiful love scenes that I've seen. It's all out, broad light, outside. I'm like, it's just, ain't no people there. Out, and we have the backdrop of the flowers and them growing as they just engulf and love each other and all this. Not just that beautiful love scene, Allen Payne's ass. We get to that part where she's speaking to Lisa Nicole Carson's character, and she goes, we walked, we talked, he washed my feet. I love, the way she describes it and says, he laid me down and he rubbed my ass so gently. Where we gonna hit it at? We ain't gonna hit it nowhere. Come with me and be my love, and we would live as like all the poetry coming through. Y'all didn't get Shakespeare all up and through here. Y'all ain't get that. It was here. Somebody better than Lonzo. I don't think so. I love that even though Lisa Nicole Carson's character really was longing for someone, like a Jason, and, contrast to Treach, the hood-ass Treach that she had, but she never hated on Lyric and Jason's romance. Like, she was all for it. We love a supportive friend. Then we get into the carnival, with that mash, black choir in the background. Fucking everything to me. He's all the world to me. They was fucking it up in the background. And we get into, Lyric and Jason minding their own mother business at the carnival, having a good time. Until we pan over to a hater looming in the background. Joshua was so problematic and so jealous of his brother. Now, it gets really interesting when we get, on the ride and, he introduces himself and the ride starts to spin and Joshua takes a moment to touch Lyric or try to touch her. What the hell was that? I'm telling y'all, something was wrong with that baby. Now, at this point, of course, he does have some alcohol in his hand because that's just what he does. He's already feeling really undermining as a person. Now, he does have his little clique, Eddie Griffin and the side guy, but, they don't amount to much. Like, they're not, some thug-ass, horde-ass. Like, no, we're not that. They're kind of just, the hanger-ons of Josh, kind of supportive of Josh, even though they know he's, versus Treach, who is, very dominant, very alpha. He's going to tell you what to do, where to go, and when to get there. I'm only doing this because my partner say he owe you. Need you, nigga, I don't need you. Like, oh, goddamn, Treach. Really undercut Josh. And then we pan over. Then my brother's having a good time living his best life with a girlfriend that he didn't even introduce me to. And it was a problem because he just goes, yeah, Lyric, this is my brother Josh. Like, he had never brought up his brother up until that point. But it's also at that point that we, have Jason bring out the worst in him. Joshua brings out the worst in him and brings out a side that Lyric has yet to see. He's sorry, Jason. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. All the country. But, we have that and have, Jason yet again undermine him. Not in front of my crew, man. Like, that goddamn Bokeem. Get paid, nigga. Show me you can get paid. Show me you can get paid. Now, after that, we get into more, of that poetry. Let me tell you about love. Love didn't hurt you. Abuse and desert you. Love. Like, where they find it, man? Then, boom, it instantly turns into Cinemax After Dark in the workplace. I was like, all right, this was unexpected. I didn't remember that scene being so jarring before, but it was, supposed to be like, even though I'm upset with you, you disappointed me to see you kind of display that kind of rage towards your brother. I need you and I want you now. Then it gets real intense. We get this whole really, graphic, intense Lyric showing up, no panties on, smashing in the shop. Just right there. All this nice, intense, bombastic music playing in the background till, so they pass out and they sleep on the couch. I was like, all right. That was intense. Joshua and the bank robbery along with Lyric's brother Treach. You dumb. You dumb. I'm the Indian and you the chief. Don't be there 10:35. I'm killing you and him. Like, have your ass there. Don't fuck up, Josh. Be there on time. Throughout this entire film, Joshua has made no mistake of letting everyone around him know he ain't all that. He ain't all that. He ain't small. You is kind. You is important. It's not. All the marbles are not connecting. But all of you got together and thought this would be a nice addition to your bank robbery crew. You dumb. You dumb. But we get into, Lyric deciding to tell Jason about the bank robbery. And, promise me all you're gonna do is talk. And, Jason just really feeling wayward about the situation and kind of trying to lighten the mood with Lyric. Though he may love her, I don't think he was just quite ready to make that move at that point. But says, it's time for us to stop watching them buses and get on one. Where will we go? Where you want to go? I want to go everywhere. Let's leave tomorrow. Tomorrow. Meet me at the pier when the sunless leaves footprints across the sky. We set a whole date. Then you have, Treach up there looking like, oh, this nigga fucking my sister. It's on, bruh. It's on. So once we leave, Jason, you think you man enough to rob a bank? I love when Joshua goes, I ain't in a hurry to go back to that cage. You think I'm that stupid? Yeah, we do. So far, with your track record, yes, we do. It was that bitch, wasn't it? Going back to look at that bank robbery, it almost looks like a parody. Everything that could go wrong absolutely goes wrong. Not only does Josh come in late, but he fucks up the whole scenario. We getting, officers and shit shot. We didn't get no money. This fool takes off his mask. shooting people, beating up people, still trying to display that dominance because the crew is clearly upset because you decided to come in this bitch when you wanted to. Then lingers with your mask off, shooting shit. You tell them Jesse Jane robbed this motherfucker. What? Get your dumb ass in the car. Get in the car. After he gets fucked up, Nino, they was kind of trying to give Treach, the Nino, so he wasn't there. He was a cool little, Treach did okay. He was nice. The whole saw and everything, I was like, the chains, it was real Chi-Chi get the yo-yo. Real Scarface for a second. I didn't think the movie warranted all that. I think if they just would have whooped his ass and rolled him out the car, that would have sufficed. But, they had to slice him up real quick. As Jason is saying, we're just going to go and, just be happy for me. His ass comes in there all bloody. I was like, and they didn't go to the doctor. He just, threw him in the shower. I'm guessing he took him to the doctor after that. But anyway, Jason is pissed and he wants to go retaliate. This is damn near my son. This is my brother. I have to protect him. Goes and whoops Treach's ass. Getting himself way more involved than he planned to. We have Lyric sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. She was sitting there, waiting. I'm ready to go with her little old-fashioned ass suitcase. You got involved, didn't you? But at that point, we really get, to the bottom of the story and, Jason's nightmares and him actually being the one that accidentally shot Mad Dog as he was coming towards him and he's getting the gun from Josh, and why he feels so guilty and him wanting his dad back and just, that thing that's been lingering on his heart. Like, I took this away from myself, not only myself, but I took this away from my brother. I owe him. I have to be here for him. I have to be here. Hey, my family. They need me. No, I need you, nigga. Let's go. And I was like, you're just being a hero. Like you're doing right now. Sometimes heroes have to walk away. Walk away, Jason. Oh, we can't be together. Oh, whatever, girl. You real deep. The main thing I took away from that, which was so profound, you keep trying to save a brother that don't want to be saved. Your brother don't want to be saved. Your family, your mom, y'all have done everything that you could possibly do. Sometimes who someone is who they are. And Joshua was mentally ill and an alcoholic. After we have, Jason's mom say, you don't owe us anything. You go with her, you be happy. And, really rid Jason of some of that guilt that's been holding him back, that he's been holding on to. And you have, Joshua's ass in the hallway, lingering, listening, completely becoming psychotic at this point. Transforming all the way into Mad Dog, down to holding his gun, having his tags on, saying, something was wrong. Something was passed down in that family, and you can't tell me that it wasn't. Like this, tell me it wasn't. Drop down and tell me what it was. But you get into him, going, hold up. First, you was wrong for telling Jason about that bank robbery. Like, I absolutely love her and the nuance she has. Say, girl, you better call that nigga. We have her saying things like that, but we also have, what you found was quiet in a world full of thunder. The wards ain't full of Jasons. Girl, call him. She was so poetic and so deep. Added so much to the film. Now, after, nigga, don't start the fire unless you can hose me down. You gonna butter the biscuit when it pop out the oven? Ain't no biscuits, girl. Ain't no biscuits. After we have them, leaving the house to go in the alley like there wasn't a whole house right behind them. I never got that. But, maybe that was just, spicy like that. You know what I'm saying? You have Jason rushing to get to Lyric, rushing so much that, he even runs. He's running. He had to run the whole trip. It's so intense. It was smoke. He was gone. You have goddamn Joshua show up and retaliates, killing everybody. Killing completely, just crazy. He is unhinged at the thought of his brother leaving him alone, because in his mind, what do I have if I don't have my brother? You get the feeling that, maybe has he ever even had a relationship with him spending so much time in jail? Has he, had a woman? What's his, connection there? It was like really deep, this intense passion and attachment that he had for his brother, laying on those guilt trips to the point that he's in the house holding Lyric hostage. You have Jason running, like, oh God. Jason was running like a motherfucker. Once he gets upstairs, I love that they still use that moment to really show mentally where Josh is. Where is Alonzo? You think he better than me? You think he better than me? Don't lie. Why are you lying to me? And then fucking Jason comes upstairs, What you doing, man? Let her go. You see them niggas downstairs, man? I took care of that. You ain't gotta go nowhere, man. Crazy. Crazy. But you have, Jason really having to take that moment to decide between what's really important. Like, I can't keep sacrificing my mental state, my health, my life, my relationships solely for you. But that doesn't mean I love you any less. And Joshua just doesn't understand that. That whole scenario, it very much gives, even their whole dynamic, which was released a year prior, gives you Sugar Hill, with the brother leaving, trying to, even though, Marilla was a drug dealer, trying to leave with the girl, start a new life, and his brother just can't take it, and the whole shooting thing, very Sugar Hill. I saw that. But, he's just not understanding. He's like, what? You put her off for me, man? I ain't got nothing. Bam. Dry ass just shoots Lyric in the chest. I ain't mean it. I'm sorry. Shoot me. Not taking it like you just tried to take 3 lives. But that just goes to show how deep that illness ran. Like, you don't just pop off like that due to alcoholism. And you just, the attachment to your brother. There was more going on. Like, please tell me what it was, y'all. But you have Jason just really distraught and just feeling like, I'm ready to go now. I'm with you. I understand what you were saying. Get up. I'm ready to go. Like, no, you're not. She down. And you have, Jada Pinkett laying there with that splatter of blood. Don't even get me to the damn effects. But you have, he just can't do that. I have to take her and I have to walk away. I have to do what's best for me. Even though, Lyric could, even be dead at this point. I'm not leaving her here. I'm going to physically pick her up and carry her out of here. Not only because I love her, but just so you mentally and physically know, yes, I am choosing this over you, but I still love you, bro. And he just can't take it and takes his own life. Like, tell me what nothing wrong with him. Tell me it wasn't. Then you have Treach ass roll up all late. Even more, I felt like Treach was always more mad at the situation. Not just his sister, but like, oh, he done got my dogs. He got my niggas. Oh, like, boy, your sister over there. But they, get in the ambulance. And we closing out with that same scene. But first, in that ride, it looks like Jason is trucking along alone. But no, bop. We have Lyric pop up. Aha. She not dead. She's there with a little, piece of tissue and a couple of pieces of tape on her chest. Like, I was wounded, but I'm here and we're in love. Very deep meaning and really nice ending to this long ride of self-discovery, of love and choices. And Jason really deciding, this is what I need to do. And them going to explore on the bus. Well, you guys, that was my review for Jason's Lyric. Aha! I knew you come. You always there to pick up the pieces. Joshua was psychotic. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have not revisited this film in a very long time, it's very touching. Not only do we touch on, the romance between Jason and Lyric, we touch on, mental illness, in my opinion, that's going, undetected and nobody has done anything about it. A mother trying to love her sons no matter what. We get that brotherly love, that dynamic between them. We also get a hint of, this Shakespearean, this poetry, these quotes floating around throughout the film. And it's just an all-around really great romantic movie. Hood or not, this is a really good romance. And it's Black people, beautiful Black people. You guys drop down and tell me what you think about this movie, how you feel about my review. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.